Wait, let's do it again. Say hello, we're doing dominoes. Move your big noggin, you're gonna knock them down. Emmett. Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Whoa. Baby. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and the third and final reading vlog for Becca's Bookoplathon as well as the magical readathon. I intended for these to be weekly vlogs, but the last two have been roughly 10 days each, so I just decided I might as well just keep that going until the end of the month and have this one be from the 20th to the 30th, except it's actually the 21st because I didn't have time to start the vlog yesterday. Before hopping in to the reading and updates and all of that, I just want to say if you're new here, hi, my name is Emily, and this is actually my second channel. My first one focuses on project panning and beauty content. So over here, I just like to make content that is not included in that niche. Anything else I am interested in. I share about my family occasionally, make bookish content clearly, as well as content regarding my first garden. Hopping in to reading, when I closed out the last reading vlog on Sunday, I had about 100 pages left of Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and I did finish this last night, so Monday night, and I gave this 4 stars. This was for a book with dark in the title for Bookoplathon, and then Haunted House for the magical readathon. For Ruin of the Sky, a book with ghosts, a haunted house, or other supernatural elements, and this definitely fits that prompt. I thought this was going to be a 5-star read. I was gripped. I couldn't wait to pick it up again. It definitely had spooky haunted house vibes throughout. And same as the other Riley Sager book I read, Lock Every Door, I felt the same way until the ending. Something about the way that he is wrapping up his books, they just never hit for me. I don't know, as soon as like the threads of the plot and stuff were starting to be wrapped up, each element, I was like, oh, I didn't really enjoy that, like all the way until the end of the book, like the last few chapters. And I can't really express any more than that without spoiling, obviously, because it's the ending I have an issue with, but the entire rest of the book I really, really loved. My main issue I had with this, within the middle of the story, something just hit my window, I spoke about in last week's vlog, and I had like a spoiler warning, so you be sure to watch last week's reading vlog if you're interested in another aspect of the book I didn't like. But anyways, I did give this 4 stars out of 5, and then just this morning I was able to finish All Boys Aren't Blue by George Johnson. That was for The Mist of Solitude, read a standalone for the magical readathon, and then LGBTQ plus rep for Bookoplathon. This was a YA memoir about being Black and queer in America, again by George Johnson, and he actually narrates his own audiobook, which was how I read this story. And I gave it 5 stars because I feel really awkward rating a memoir, anything other than that. And it's not because the story is their life. So how can you say someone's life is less than 5 stars? And this book was not terribly written or terribly edited or anything that is glaringly making it a bad book. So I gave it 5 stars. This was a powerful and heartbreaking story. George Johnson definitely is a talented storyteller. He told his life story in a very well. Obviously, he had a lot of help, I assume. At least that's what I picked up on within like the acknowledgments he did at the end of the audiobook, the end of the book, about like thanking people to help him write it and his editors, etc. I almost cried in multiple parts. He deals with a lot of cruelty and tragedy in his life, both for being queer and for being Black, and sometimes for being Black and queer. And I just can't imagine it. And that's a privilege to say, and I understand that. And I'm a white woman who's Canadian, so not even American, and straight, married with kids. My life is so different from his, but I still think it's important to listen to these stories. And I, again, especially like that he narrated his own book. So George Johnson was telling me in my ears his own story, and I really did enjoy that. Yeah, there are some heartbreaking moments, and my hope is that if enough people either learn from his experiences, such as myself as being a white Canadian woman, and like rating it on things like Goodreads or Amazon or whatever, more queer Black kids would have the opportunity to get this book in their hands. Like if more people are reading it and rating it, then the more, the algorithms and all that whatever will push it out into the world, so it gets into the hands that George Johnson intends it to be. He wrote his story to help others like him. So that's catching you up on my reading from the last day and a half. On Monday I couldn't start the vlog because Mondays I do my meal planning and grocery order and all of that, which takes me forever, while just being here with Emmett especially. And Wyatt had a dentist appointment. It was also election day here in Canada, so I went to vote. And just all around, Mondays are busy for my family. Today is pretty low key. I haven't picked up the camera until now. It is about 1:30 because I did some work. I got a video up on my main channel, Emmett and I doing dominoes first thing this morning. I also got my workout in, and then we just came in from outside and Emmett is having a nap. Emmett caught a big, fat, fluffy bumblebee and got stung. So that was not fun. I'm gonna have to keep checking in on him. He's never been stung before, and I felt so sad for him. But let me stop rambling. I was kind of waffling on what I wanted to pick up next because I have officially read 4 books this month out of the 8 that I need to. So I've read 4 of the 7 prompts for Magical Readathon and 4 of the 6 prompts for Becca's Bookoplathon. And for Becca's Bookoplathon, I have 2 thrillers left. And for the Magical Readathon, I have a fantasy, a thriller, and a graphic novel. So these are the next 2 books I'm going to pick up. I'm going to read, now I can't get it out of my stack. Saga Volume 6. This is for Tower of Rumination, 5-star prediction for the Magical Readathon. I'm really loving this sci-fi graphic novel series. Obviously, I can't tell you what Volume 6 is going to be about, but if you're unfamiliar with the series, there are two like alien species that fell in love and had a baby, but their races are in a big interplanetary war. Whatever. You know what I mean. They're having a war, they're killing each other, and then they see their child as like an abomination. People are hunting them down. There are assassins sent out to get them. Governments, like it's a whole big thing. And I'm really enjoying this series. So I thought I'd probably give this volume a 5-star. I've given all of them 4 or 5 stars, I believe. And then Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. I need to read this really soon because the book club discussion for this is next Monday night. This is a spin off of the Gypsy Rose Blanchard story where, you know, the mom basically tortured her with Munchausen's by proxy, and Gypsy Rose ended up killing her mother. Now, in this book, I'll just read the whole synopsis. It says, nobody wants to hear the truth from a liar. For the first 18 years of her life, Rose Gold Watts believed she was seriously ill. She was allergic to everything, used a wheelchair, and practically lived at the hospital. Neighbors did all they could, holding fundraisers and offering shoulders to cry on, but no matter how many doctors, tests, or surgery, no one could figure out what was wrong with Rose Gold. Turns out her mom, Patty, was just a really good liar. After serving 5 years in prison, Patty gets out with nowhere to go and begs her daughter to take her in. The entire community is shocked when Rose Gold says yes. Patty insists all she wants is to reconcile their differences. She says she's forgiven Rose Gold for turning her in and testifying against her. But Rose Gold knows her mother. Patty Watts always settles a score. Unfortunately for Patty, Rose Gold is no longer her weak little darling, and she waited such a long time for her mother to come home. This sounds terrifying. Thrillers are not my main genre because I'm a big chicken and I have anxiety, and even reading Home Before Dark, every time like my house creaked or something, I was like, oh no. And for Becca's Bookoplathon, I have this book left, as well as The Perfect Mother for my lowest rated book. So I've been putting that off. And I'm really scared to read that one because it's a thriller involving a missing infant. And I think that's going to break my heart. But I rambled on long enough. These are my next 2 reads and what I hope to read in the next couple of days. I mean, this just takes me, you know, like an hour, if that. But then I also have this chunky guy. I don't think I'm going to get to The Royal Assassin and, like I said, The Perfect Mother. So I'm only halfway through my TBR, though it's the 21st of the month. But I usually only read 4 books in the entire month, and I've read 4 books in 3 weeks. So I'm definitely reading more than I typically do outside of a readathon. I've been making reading more of a priority, and I've enjoyed having audiobooks. Though, I mean, All Boys Aren't Blue is a 5-hour audiobook, and it took me 6 or 7 days to read it. So, ooh. Did you hear that? My collarbone cracked. Anyways, I need to go check on the baby and do some work, but then I will be picking up one of these books and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. We came to say hi to the horsey and he's way over there. Are you disappointed?
No spraying at me. I'll spray you. Want me to give you a rainstorm? Okay. Not like that.
Careful where you guys are spraying those. Hey guys, hello, good morning. It is Monday. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and filmed a reading update clip. Emmett and I are taking advantage of the sunshine this morning. It rained cats and dogs all day yesterday and the kids love getting outside. The sun is kind of weird on my face. But to get into my reading update, I did start listening to Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray on audio because I really want to continue on with that series this fall, and I have 3 more giant books to get through, so it was available through my library. I decided to go for it, though it's not on my September TBR. I am definitely going to be reading it into October. He's dumping water from the little pool into the tire swing. And I'm 4 hours in out of 20, I believe. So making slow progress on that. It's definitely going to take me a while to finish. We're not playing with these like water shooters. Can we play in the sandbox or something instead? Something that doesn't involve getting soaking wet when it's not very warm out yet? We can play with water later. But anyways, I don't have much to say on that yet. I reread The Diviners earlier this year in preparation for continuing the series this fall. It's like a YA paranormal spooky type of series and I'm really enjoying it. The audiobooks are fantastic. An update for Darling Rose Gold, which is what I've been reading for my readathons. I'm on page 221 of around 300, so 310, I believe. I have 90 pages left and I need to finish this today because the book club discussion is at 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm gonna have to make reading a priority through my day, just whenever I can, picking it up, which can be hard to do when you have a very busy toddler who needs your help with literally everything. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's feeling like a 3 or 4 star, depending on how the ending goes, for sure. This is a thriller. I mean, I've spoken about it a ton over the course of this reading vlog, so I won't go into the synopsis, but where I'm at right now, 2/3 of the way through, I don't know what's going to happen. Both of our characters are unlikable. Both try to play a little bit of the victim and like trying to get your sympathy. Both Rose Gold, the daughter, and Patty, her mom. But they're both just terrible, horrible people and do and say and think the most atrocious things. So you don't like either of them. And both are extremely horrible, like I said, and manipulative. And it's right now, you might have thought it would be like David and Goliath going into this thriller, because Rose Gold was very abused as a child by her mother and very sickly, but it's turning out to be more like a battle of the titans. Like, Rose Gold is not as weak as innocent as she may have been when her mother Patty did get convicted. And I'm liking seeing the transformation. So it's dual perspective. Patty's perspective is present day, and her and Rose Gold's relationship now, and then Rose Gold's chapters are set in the past and we get the date, and we're following her journey over the course of the 5 years in between the gap, and things that go on, things that she does, etc. And I'm still not at the point where she has become who she is in Patty's chapters, and I'm curious to see that transformation like come full circle. And I honestly like don't know who's going to win. Like, I don't know what's going to happen at this point. It has potential to be a really great read. It's for Samantha March's book club, like I mentioned, which means that she gave it 5 stars on chiclitplus.com, which is her mostly book review website. It's a debut novel and I'm really enjoying it so far, and I need to finish it today, like I said. While we're outside, I just want to show you guys my sunflowers. And whoops, in case you don't follow my gardening videos that I post on this channel sometimes, I know not everyone's into that. I've had so much fun with the garden this year, and I'm excited to do it again next year. The sun is so low. It's very early in the morning. Can't even tell if you guys can see. That's how bright it is. Like, this guy is starting to droop over, but he's definitely taller than me. Probably almost 6 feet tall, which I mean isn't that tall for a sunflower. And this one as well. They're looking pretty droopy until they dry out later today, because we got way too much rain yesterday. But I've been loving my garden, my poor cabbage. I'm still sad about that. And my kale looks like it's getting all eaten as well, and I wanted to make kale chips this week. But anyways, that is it for, you guys can't see anything and now I can't see anything. That's it for my reading update for this morning. I will check in with you guys either right when I finish this or maybe after the book club discussion, so I can fill you in on what, cars are loud, what others thought of this as well, because I'm curious to get everyone else's opinion on this too. This is why I like buddy reads and book club reads. It's just fun to have someone to chat about books with. Maybe I should join more book clubs. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. It's September 28th, I believe. It is another very rainy day here in Nova Scotia. At least yesterday was nice. We played outside quite a bit, but excuse the lighting. I have to have the overhead light on or else it's like pitch black in here, even though it's not even 9 a.m. So yesterday I was able to finish Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. This fit prompts for both readathons. It fit for Obsidian Falls, read a thriller or mystery, for the magical readathon, and my first roll for Becca's Bookopoly, a book with humans. This is the book I read for both of those. So I've officially read 5 of 6 of the prompts for Becca's Bookoplathon. My face is like itchy. And 5 of the 7 prompts for the magical readathon, I believe. So I'm feeling really good about that. I have 3 books on my TBR and 3 days left. So I think realistically I can get 1 more book in, maybe 1.5. We'll see how we go. I am just so pleased with my reading this month. Regardless, reading 6 or 7 books in a month is way more than what I typically do. I gave this book 4 stars. The ending, okay, right before the ending, there's a big plot twist that was very shocking to me. I was not expecting that. This book gets quite dark and hard to read, but then the actual ending, like the ending, was a bit soft for me. That might make me sound like a horrible person, but for the dark subject matter throughout this book, the lengths that Rose Gold and her mother Patty would go to try and get out on top, to like out manipulate and be the worst possible human on the planet, the ending was soft. And I don't want to spoil anything, but like, it's not the way I would have wanted it to go. I think we could have had another chapter or an epilogue. And we talked about this during the book club, Samantha March's book club last night as well, that a lot of us felt that way, that we just needed a little something more, like an epilogue where we see like what happens in the future, or yeah. So I typically give 5 stars to books that are like new faves. I think everyone should read it. There is nothing wrong with this book. I really enjoyed the dual perspective, losing my voice, and dual timeline. I think it was well crafted. I liked how everything came full circle. There was no plot holes or anything. It just didn't have that like 5-star feeling for me. So 4-star, still a really solid read. And if you like thrillers, then maybe give this one a try. I forgot to say yesterday, a big thank you to Angelica for sending me A Questionable Friendship by Samantha March off of my Amazon wish list. I greatly appreciate this. Every month in Samantha March's group, there is an Amazon gifting post where you gift something off of a wish list to someone else, and then maybe you'll be lucky enough to receive one. And I'm so thankful to have this book. Samantha March is a self-published author. She's also a beauty YouTuber. We work together and I like supporting her collabs and other endeavors. She's an author of 8, almost 9 books. I have read 2 or 3 of them so far. I can't quite remember, but I haven't read A Questionable Friendship yet. They're not very big, so I think I could probably fit this into a readathon or something. This is like adult women's chick lit, I believe. So I'm excited to have this on my shelves. And then Emmett and I have a bunch of errands we need to run today. I'm hoping to wait until the rain lets up. Hopefully it will, because I hate highway driving when it's a full-on downpour, because no one knows how to drive and it's very stressful for me. But included in those errands is a trip to the library. I have 1 book waiting for me and a ton of books to return. And while I'm going, I would love to return Saga Volume 6, but I haven't read it yet, and I can read this in 1 sitting. I don't want to spoil anything. This one doesn't have any page numbers, but they're about not 500, oh my goodness. They're about 100 pages or so, and it's a graphic novel, so they're very easy to get through. I really enjoy this adult sci-fi graphic novel series. Like I said, this is volume 6, and I read volume 5 last month or the month before, and I'm excited to like pick these up consistently and get through my backlog on the series I haven't finished yet. This series is not complete yet, but at least I could hope to get caught up to all of the volumes that are currently out. And then I don't have to have yet another library book at home with me. I like to be really good about reading the library books and then returning them as soon as I am able so that the next person in line can get it, even if it's before the due date. This is not due really anytime soon, but someone else might be waiting for it. So I would like to get this knocked out, and this also works for the Magical Readathon for Tower of Rumination, 5-star prediction. And then I'd have one book left for Magical Readathon and one book left for Becca's Bookoplathon, but they are not the same book, and this does not work for any of my Becca's Bookoplathon prompts. Goodness gracious, but that'd be good. Only one book left on both readathons is amazing for me and way better than I would have ever thought I would do. So I am going to read this morning. All right, guys, Emmett is napping, so I am in my bedroom just about to get ready for my day. I just did my skincare. My eyes have been really itchy, so I don't know if I should get ready. I was going to do a purple look with these 3 palettes that are in my project pans. If you are not familiar, that's what I do on my main channel. It's been many days since I have washed my hair, but it's pouring rain outside, so who cares? This is my favorite dry shampoo. So I'm gonna look like I have gray hair here for a few minutes. It is now 11:30. We went outside when there was a break in the rain. We harvested some things from the garden, had a snack, and then I made myself breakfast finally, a bagel, which I shared, while I finished off Saga Volume 6, which I did do. So now I feel better about going to the library today and bringing just even more books back when I only have one to pick up. I give this 4 stars. So this was for 5-star prediction for the Magical Readathon. I have given 2 books in the series 5 stars, Volume 1 and Volume 4, and then Volume 2, 3, 5, and 6 I've given 4 stars. It just didn't have that 5-star feel. I feel like we didn't move ahead very much in the plot in any of the character storylines, if you know what I mean. Like, things did happen, but we're not that much further ahead. The ending was really sweet. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I call him Gus, but it's Ghus with the 2 dots over, where lots of penises in this episode, in this one, which I was not expecting. I'm trying to show a picture of him without any spoilers, which is kind of tricky. I'll cover up the dialogue. This guy, he's so cute. I love him so much. But like I said, it just didn't have that 5-star feel. There was nothing really wrong with it. Just that I feel like the plot didn't move ahead enough. I love the series. The graphics are amazing. Like the artwork in here, I really enjoyed it. I will put Volume 7 on hold from my library to hopefully get that in soon. Like I said, I have 3 days left of the month, and I have 2 big books left on my TBR. Whichever one I pick, if I were to finish it, I would have completed one of the 2 readathons. So Royal Assassin is on my Magical Readathon TBR, the last one for that. And The Perfect Mother is on my Becca's Bookopoly TBR and is the last one for that. However, this got picked for the lowest rated book on my TBR. This is the lowest rated book that I had physically, that I had on my physical TBR that I had put into Goodreads Not every book on my shelves is on my Goodreads want to read, but this is the one I went to. It's a 300-page thriller about a missing child, a missing infant, and it's only 300 pages, and I imagine it's going to be fast-paced, but I think this is going to be a very difficult read for someone who has parental anxiety like I do. And also it's the lowest rated, so I don't really have like the highest motivation to pick this up. However, the other option is Royal Assassin, which is almost 700 pages, a very heavy fantasy series that I haven't continued in over a year. It's been over a year since I read Assassin's Apprentice. I still remember quite a bit of it, so I don't mind going into the second book, but for 700 pages, I have no chance, me being a slow reader, of finishing this in 3 days. I don't have high hopes that I would be able to finish this in 3 days either. So I just don't know which one to pick. I am still listening to Layer of Dreams on audio as well. I wish you guys could tell me which one to choose. I can't believe I made it this far on my TBR already, but it feels good. But yeah, I need to pick one of these up later today. So I guess I will update you guys a little later on which one I choose. I'm leaning towards The Perfect Mother because I think that gives me the best chance at finishing it before the end of the month. And then I will have officially actually completed Bookoplathon, which would be amazing. I don't know. Check in with you guys in a little bit.
What makes yellow plus red?
Watch him it.
And I'm going to get this.
Now you can paint. Are you going to do a different color?
Yeah.
Are you going to mix them?
Yeah.
Then you put some red here. So go like this.
No.
Good job!
There's logo on it. No, it's red.
Yay!
What are you doing that for?
What color do you want to mix?
Yellow. Then yellow, then blue, then blue with yellow. Then blue with red. Then next, I want to know what color.
You can use your hands, Wyatt. They're finger paints.
Ah.
Like, use your finger.
Finger paint.
Oh, I already messed up.
It makes orange.
You're doing a good job. Hey guys, it is officially October 1st, so Becca's Bookoplathon and the magical Readathon ended last night at midnight. And I'm sad to say I didn't complete either Readathon. I was short one book for each, but overall I'm very happy with the reading I accomplished this month and hope to carry this momentum into October. It's so weird to be closing out this vlog when the second vlog hasn't even been posted, let alone the third and final one, and I'm so behind on content for both channels. I have 8 videos filmed right now that aren't edited, and I need to get a move on. But instead, I'm filming this clip and also going to film my October TBR, which again is late because it's already October 1st. But anyways, so I have made progress on Layer of Dreams. That was not for either of the readathons, but it was just an audiobook I was able to get from the library to continue with series, and I really wanted to continue the Diviners series during this spooky season time, like throughout the fall. So I am currently 8 hours in out of 20 for that audiobook, and I'm really enjoying it. The narrator for that series is amazing. It almost sounds like it's a full cast because she does the different voices and accents and everything so well, and everyone has a very distinct voice, which I really appreciate, and I'm enjoying my time with it. I did end up picking The Perfect Mother by Amy Malloy. I said Molly at one point. It's Malloy, which was the last book I needed to complete for Bookopoly, and I made it to page 125 out of 315-ish. I didn't want to spoil myself, so I was trying to look just really quickly. Yeah, about 315 pages, so not quite halfway through. And I picked this up on Monday when I last checked in with you guys because I had more of a chance of finishing a 300-page book than I did finishing a 700-page book, which this was the last book I needed for the magical readathon. And immediately I was having anxiety about it. So this is a thriller involving a like a mommy group. It's set in Brooklyn, New York, and it's called the May Mothers Group. So it's a group of women who all gave birth in the month of May. So they became friends and like started getting together when they were all pregnant, and then all the babies came and they just keep play dates, etc. Just so you have someone to talk to, which I wish there was something like that here without the missing baby aspect. So one of the mother's babies are kidnapped and they're like 7 weeks old or something. It's set at the very beginning of July, and immediately I was having anxiety, so I didn't pick it up for a day and a half. Then yesterday I read like 100 pages, thinking like there's no way I would have been able to finish a 300-page book in one day. So I don't know why I was even trying to do that, just to complete a readathon, I guess. And it's less anxiety inducing now. Like we're kind of working through the mystery of it, of like who could have taken the baby, where is the baby okay? But at the very beginning, you're introduced to the characters and then bam, the baby is gone, and it just immediately jumps into chaos. So with parental anxiety, something happening to a child of mine is literally my worst fear. Like, shove me out of a plane, I don't care. Nothing happened to my kids. Like, that is the thing that scares me the most. So I'm doing better with it now that I'm a ways through. We'll see how that keeps going. This will be on my October TBR. I will finish it, and you'll hear my thoughts in a wrap-up at some point, because I cannot sustain reading vlogs apparently, because I don't get them up as soon as they're finished. Maybe once I catch up on all my filmed content and I'm in a better routine and schedule, I could do more reading vlogs if you guys enjoyed them. But all that's to say is overall I had a very successful month of September. I'm very happy with my reading and how much I got completed. I believe I read 6 or 7 books, and I usually only read 4. 5 is pushing it for just my typical leisurely reading. So readathons really do help me like make reading more of a priority in my day throughout the readathon, especially ones that are fun like this, like the game or like the path for the magical readathon just helps motivate me a bit more. So if I have a second to sit down, I wasn't watching a YouTube video. I was grabbing for my book instead, and that was a really good change of pace for me, and yeah, making reading more of a priority. So I would love to do even more readathons in the future. I'm going to stop rambling and close out this vlog. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through my reading in the month of September. This was a great month, and you'll have to let me know how you did on your readathons if you were participating in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you at my next one. Bye!